PVC, a Big Star 1000 with this week's installment of Revolutions. I hope you're still enjoying this. Sometimes I wonder where I make those, and then I read the comments, and the comments are very nice. So thank you for stopping by and writing something and leaving your thoughts behind. And this week's installment is flavored by, well, largely post-punk flavored, because my collection is organized into styles and genre of music, and I felt like pulling out all these new wave and post-punk records this week. It's just happened. So for example, I played something like this, which is the second Suicide record, Alan Vega and Martin Rev, produced by Rick Ocasek from 1980. Rick Ocasek from the Cars, so you get a more poppy kind of approach. I like this just as much as I like the first Suicide record. It's far less abrasive, far less minimal. It's a bit more accessible in some ways. Not as classic, obviously, but great record. This is a reissue on Superior Viaduct. Could have bought an original of this, but I don't know, I already had this and I couldn't be bothered, so that's what it is. Here is a 4AD classic modern English with After the Snow, which I don't know which number album it is for them. Maybe the second album, perhaps. Modern English, UK band, just really kind of, very melodic, post-punk, early kind of indie music from 1984, I think, or thereabouts. I played this because Sarah, my sadly departed wife, she was a big fan of I Melt With You, which is their biggest hit. She really loved that song, so I was listening to it. It's a beautiful song. Here is an absolute 80s classic. I reckon this record should be in everyone's collection because it is just so brilliant in every way. This is Tears for Fears with songs from the Big Chair. Yes, I know how common and mainstream, but I really love this record. Shout, everybody wants to rule the world, head over heels, and Mother's Talk is great too. It's a brilliant song. Roland Orzabald's songwriting is amazing. So yes, Tears for Fears, and The Hurting is really good too. Now I played mostly post-punk, but I played a little post-rock as well. This is Bach Psychosis with Hex. This is an absolutely brilliant record. And the term post-rock, in case you don't know, I mean you might know already, but it was coined by a journalist called Simon Reynolds. He wrote quite a few books on post-punk, books on, he's got a great book called Retromania. And back in the day when he reviewed this record, the term post-rock was coined to talk about this record. So post-rock, the very first time it was used was for this album by Bach Psychosis, Hex. Great record. Great record. Very dreamy, soundscapey. This is one of my very favorite post-punk records. I would reckon, I always talk about top 10, top 50, whatever, but this would definitely make my top 10 post-punk records. This is the sound from the Lion's Mouth. It's as brilliant as, for me, as a Joy Division record or an Echo and Abandonment record or a Wire record. This record is, it's like a perfect amalgamation of the Echo and Abandonment sound and U2, if you can imagine two bands converging. Adrian Borland's voice is stellar. This record, is just amazing. Everybody should hear it. It's a great record. It's so memorable. It's just not funny. Like you can remember, like you play the songs once or twice, and you remember them. This is not post rock or post punk, but it's one of my favorites forever and ever since the 90s. Portishead Dummy. I have loved this band, this music. I still reckon the best gig I've ever been to was to sing Portishead. That was the best live experience I've ever had. I mean, I still strongly believe that this is an amazing record, and I'm really fond of Strangers at the moment. Strangers is a brilliant song, and another one of my all-time favorites, not post-punk, but is Mercury Rev's Deserted Songs. Yeah, an absolute all-time favorite. I've said this on this channel many times. This record hit me hard in 1998 when it came out. I bought it after a review in the French Les Inrecuptibles, which is a weekly magazine that talks about music and culture. And in 1998 I read it every week, and they talked about this record as if it was just the best thing since sliced bread, and was. And if there's a song I would recommend people listen to The Funny Bird. The Funny Bird is one of the most psychedelic things you will ever hear. The guitar on it is just amazing. The lyrics are... my teenage band and teenage favorite band is U2. I still stand by them. I love those records. You know, the music you listen to when you were a kid, it's kind of printed in your brain. You can't dissociate from it, you know. And for me, when I listen to October, I can think of a time, a place. I can think of who I was talking to, what I was doing. Only music has got this ability to make you travel in time back. This is my time machine, October. I love this record. I must have played it 1 million times along with the other U2 albums. The other one that I played this week is this EP, Wide Awake in America, which I also love. I love a song. There's a song here called Love Comes Tumbling, which is a kind of a B-side. It's one of my favorite U2 songs. You know, every time I make a U2 mix, I would put Love Comes Tumbling of that. But that's, you know, this is an absolutely amazing record. More post-punk here. Magazines, Real Life. I mean, what to say? This is an English classic. The band fronted by Howard Devoto, and with Barry Adamson on bass, who then went on to be in the Bad Seeds. This, I mean, it's got 3 or 4 classic songs like Shot by Both Sides and The Light Pours Out of Me and Definitive Gaze. Like, if you haven't heard this, I mean, you know, do something about it. This is a lovely Aussie post-punk, new wavy sort of indie record. The Church, the Blurred Crusade. I was playing this morning. Starts with Almost With You, which is just really one of the best songs, and this is probably the best album. People talk about Starfish, but I think this is a better album in my opinion. This is from yeah, I don't know, 1982. There you go. Another Australian band. This is another very well-known band. They're called the Sacred Cowboys. And what does it sound like? A little bit like Wire in places, and you know, they're. I mean, listen to Nothing Grows in Texas, which is the first song there. The first song, Nothing Grows in Texas. It's, I don't know what the sound evokes. It just sounds like the Sacred Cowboys, perhaps I should say that. Here is sort of a proto dance punk kind of mutant disco record. This is called Snake Charmer. It's Jawobble from Pill, The Edge from U2, and Olga Tsukai from Cannes, and all mixed by François Kervokian, the mythical French New York DJ. And this is brilliant. It's also got Yaki Libetzeit on drums. And it's got some compositions by Arthur Russell on there. There is a composition by Arthur Russell, so it gives you the sort of a mutant disco, post-punk kind of vibe. It's a great little record. Here is a newer record which I hadn't played in forever. This is Monomania by Deer Hunter, a band from Atlanta, Georgia. Also on 4AD, like one of the records I showed earlier. This is really a nice album. I hadn't played for a while. I love his voice, Bradford Cox. No, it's just a nice indie record. It's another Australian band which I've revisited this morning, the Lime Spiders. Now this is kind of neo-psychedelia, sort of neo-psych revival, kind of an indie band, but who like alternative 1987, but delving into a neo-psych kind of, a bit like I don't know what is a neo-psych band that you would relate. Well, some of the Paisley Underground bands, for instance, that's what you would relate it to. It's a great record from here. Some UK classics. The first Killing Joke record. That's just a brilliant record. I'm not going to say too much about it. It's Killing Joke. Same for this one. This is a live album by Public Image Limited. Pill live in Tokyo. This is an album I hadn't played forever and ever, and I really enjoy that. Especially their versions of Flowers of Romance on this is great. An absolutely brilliant record from start to finish is Depeche Mode, Music for the Masses. I think this is the second best Depeche Mode album after Violator. I mean, it's only my opinion, but I think it really is. It's got Never Let Me Down Again, Things You Said, Strange Love, Little 15, Behind the Wheel. I think almost everything here is it's kind of like a hit, song. Really, really great record from 1987. I seem to be stuck on 86, 87 here. I don't know why. This is a fantastic Australian record, and sort of like early indie, if you like things like the Smiths and the Go-Betweens. That's in the same kind of vein here. This is Died Pretty, Free Dirt. It's a band from Western Australia led by Ron Pino. This is their debut album and also their best record. Just really, 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 really melodic, really excellent album. And I'm going to finish with, I've got a couple more. Pollen. Pollen is a band from Athens, Georgia, like the B-52s, R.E.M. and others. And they're kind of like, if the Gang of Four and, I don't know, the B-52s had a band together, you get Pollen or something. The vocals of the girl whose name escaped me, Vanessa Ellison. Her vocals, they're just really idiosyncratic, and this is very much like the American Gang of Four. And finally, a great power pop record, the DB's first record. stands for decibels. Is the first song is amazing. Black and White Dynamite. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant song. Okay, that's all I've got for you, VC. Tomorrow, Sunday, I'm selling records at the record fair in Box Hill with Anthony Camplone. I'll see if I can get some footage and upload it or something. We'll see. Anyway, take care. See you, YouTube. VC.